how to not get triggered when your partner does something infuriating. Every relationship goes through challenging times, and you might be in a time in your relationship where it feels really, really challenging to just keep your cool. This doesn't mean that anything's gone wrong. It just means you're in a period of growth. And you get to decide, do I work on trying to change my partner or do I work on myself? As a couples counselor, I've learned that the best way to change our relationships is actually to focus on ourselves. How am I reacting? How am I showing up to this relationship? Am I being the person that I really want to be? Yes, maybe it feels like it's your partner's fault that you are not showing up as the person you want to be, but regardless, it will give you such a sense of agency over your behaviors and a sense of accomplishment when you're able to keep your cool no matter what your partner does or says. The key to success with maintaining inner peace when you're in a situation where your partner is being infuriating is preparation. There are 3 stages to a fight: preparation, triggered response, repair. If we're not preparing ourselves properly, we will inevitably get heightened when our partner does or says that thing that they do or say that always pushes your button. Preparation starts with your intention first thing in the morning. You say to yourself, today, my focus is maintaining inner peace, keeping my cool, not losing my shit, no matter what my partner does or says. I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for them. Of course, I'm doing this for all of us, but really I'm doing this for me. This is important for me to do. This does not mean you shove your feelings down or pretend they don't exist. Let me walk you through the process. All day long, I want you to say to yourself something like, how am I feeling? Oh, I'm feeling whatever. It's okay that I'm feeling this way. I'm allowed to feel this way. This feeling will pass. That's all I want you to say to yourself all day long. It's okay that I feel this way. I'm allowed to feel this way. This feeling will pass. Get used to saying that to yourself all day long. And then when your partner says or does that thing that they say or do, I want you to recognize how you're feeling. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling heightened. Oh, I'm feeling that rage. That rage is coming on. Okay, take a deep breath. It's okay that I feel this way. It's okay that I feel this way. This feeling will pass. What you're doing is you're moving the focus from them and why they did this thing and what it means about them and all that stuff that just gets you right down that rabbit hole and gets the two of you really heightened because you react and then they react and it's just a nightmare. You're switching the focus from that to you. How am I feeling? It's okay that I'm feeling this way. This feeling will pass. You're not layering any new feelings on. You are just saying, this is how I'm feeling and this feeling will pass. And it is okay to be in this space. You're validating your own emotions before they get to the point where they have to explode out of you. I'm so proud of you for even just thinking about this, because this means you're taking control of your emotional experience. You're deciding, I get to run the show here. I get to decide how I feel. I don't have to be on this roller coaster with my partner anymore. This is true relationship freedom, and it has nothing to do with your partner. And that's a really empowering thing. So the steps again are prepare first thing in the morning. This is my goal today. My goal is to keep my cool and not lose my shit no matter what my partner does or says. And then I want you all day long to say to yourself, it's okay that I feel this way. And then all day long, I want you to check in with yourself. How am I feeling? I'm feeling this way. It's okay to feel this way. It is okay to feel this way. This feeling will pass. And you allow it to pass through your body. Now, this doesn't address the issues that are going on in your relationship, and there is a way to talk about those issues without it leading to a fight. The way you talk about those issues is you wait until you're completely cooled down and until you can actually say, hey, there might be another reason for this that's not the reason that I think it is. So most of our relationship distress comes from a place of misunderstanding why our partner did something. I'll give you an example from my life. Oftentimes I come home and my partner has taken out the garbage. Wonderful. But he hasn't put a new bag in the garbage bin, or he's put a new bag in the garbage bin, but he hasn't put the garbage bin back into the garbage pail. It's like sitting just like 2 feet away from the garbage pail. And I look at it and I'm immediately infuriated, because I've told him that it's really important that he puts the garbage bin back in the garbage pail. It's really not that hard. It's a simple task. Why is it not happening? And my brain immediately goes to, he doesn't care about me. He doesn't care what I want. He obviously doesn't value me, right? He doesn't respect me. This is where our brain goes. For women, it's often, he doesn't care, he doesn't respect me, he doesn't understand me, he doesn't support me. For men, it's often, she doesn't appreciate me. And of course, I'm using heterosexual terms, but it's in whatever gender pronouns you use. She doesn't appreciate me. Nothing I do is ever good enough. She just wants more. I can't win. This is often the reason for our distress. So what we're doing by calming ourselves down before we get into a reactive state is we're allowing our brain some time to process. Is this really because he didn't care? Is this really because nothing I do is good enough? Or is there something else going on? And when you're in a state where you're feeling a true shift in your body, where you're like, okay, now I'm not so heightened, now I'm a little bit more relaxed, I feel like I could maybe see that there's another reason why they did this, then you ask, hey babe, I noticed that the garbage bin wasn't put back in the pail, like, what's going on? And your partner will say something like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just started like cooking, or I got distracted with the baby and I totally forgot. And you're like, okay, well, next time, like, can you just try to remember? That's a much different conversation than you looking at what happened and being immediately on the offense and saying, why did you do this? Like, why didn't you put the garbage bin back in the garbage pail? It's such an easy thing. You obviously don't care about me. To which your partner gets defensive and says, of course I care about you. Isn't it good enough that I took out the garbage? What's your problem? And on it goes. So in doing this, you're just taking back your control. And I know it's going to be hard. What I'm suggesting is one of the most challenging things to do in a relationship, especially when you're already feeling resentful or not supported in other ways, or not cared for, or not connected. I know how challenging it is, but oftentimes this is the first step to connection. Because when you feel like you have agency over how you react, it gives you more freedom to experience all the things that a relationship brings, the good and the bad. Because you know that you have the agency to not let things get too heightened. You're able to manage your own response. That is freedom.